What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am the Mitten. Today I have a review of Mafia 3. I've been playing the game extensively. I've been enjoying it for the most part, but I did want to do a full critique of the game, and obviously, review. I guess a review would be a critique, I guess, on every point. So as you can see, well, I don't think I posted it, but I had to do this mission like 3 times because I failed, because the driving mechanics in this game kind of irritate me. I don't know, maybe something that I need to get used to or something, but overall the driving feels a little bit clunky or very inconsistent. Like it doesn't stay consistent like on the way it's supposed to be. Like sometimes like the driving seems like okay, but then sometimes it feels like maybe it's dependent on the car, because sometimes it feels like the car is hardly chugging along. It's like the car is almost like useless, like throw it away. And then there's cars that do well, but like you'll see, like you can almost like feel as you're playing that the car weighs like 1,000, like or like 1,000,000 pounds. That's what it feels like. That's my only real complaint. When it comes to missions, the missions seem slightly repetitive. It's lack of content, so it feels like the game is unfinished. I think that's what it was. Maybe they didn't meet a deadline. Maybe they ran out of options or something. I don't know. Like, I really don't. Like, it feels like the game, when it comes to missions, or most missions, like this mission's a little different, but some missions it feels like the game's unfinished. It's just too repetitive. You go back and forth, warehouses to warehouses, or rackets to rackets, and you kill off a bunch of guards, you kill a guy, basically, eventually throughout damaging a racket, you go and back and you kill a guy. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over. It's a little bit too repetitive, so it's a lack of content. It's a little bit dull in that aspect. But when it comes to the thing that I really do enjoy about this game, the combat, since, it is a third-person shooter, the combat is not too bad. I mean, they could have added a little bit more of something into it just to give it a little more like a oomph, but it's not bad. The story is where this game shines. The characters, the setting, the theme, the soundtrack. And obviously, I think I've said it, cutscenes, but just in general, the story of this game is its strong suit. It's the pillars and the foundation of this game. And that's what made me want to play the game in the first place, because it looked like dude, this game is going to have a great story. But it does feel like it's kind of an unfinished game that is lacking in content when it comes to missions. So I really do enjoy the cutscenes. I watch them all. So yeah, just it's overall like a really good story. When it comes to the soundtrack, they license a lot of like old school music, so you feel very immersed. And I do have to say, the surrounding, like everything that's pieced together, the soundtrack, the visuals, New Orleans or New Orleans, depending on how you want to say it. Like it gives you this 1960s era vibe, immersion, where you feel like you're there. You feel like this is possible, that you're there, that you're living through this in the eyes of Lincoln Clay, which is a great character. I'm glad that they transitioned from Italian people to somebody within the black community, and you see, like their perspective on, on things. You see how they feel and how life really is in that era, which I can't confirm nor deny because I didn't live in the 1960s, but I still have to say that, like, the immersion, like, and it feels like this is kind of like you're watching a documentary. If you're watching the cutscenes, it's like watching a documentary. And I think that I should just play the game and capture only the cutscenes and just make it into like one really big long movie and post it on YouTube. But I don't know if I can legally and legitimately do that without getting a copyright strike. So I'll probably have to do it in segments. But this is what I live for when it comes to this game. I love the cutscenes. you see how like how it's just such a good story. Like you get that vibe of the documentary, but then you get also like these cutscenes where it's like, you know, like that very well directed movie, you know. So yeah, that's my review overall. If I was to give it a rating between 0 to 10, I would give it a 6.5 or 7, most likely 6.5, because the game is too repetitive. The driving mechanics are clunky. The graphics always could be better. It feels like it's a lack of content. Hopefully they add more and kind of replace that empty patch when it comes to this, you know, constant, you know, same repetitive mission where it actually does get boring at one point. So you do have to, you know, find ways around that so you can entertain yourself, I guess. But it's the story, you know, the visuals of the, you know, the city, the soundtrack, that part of the immersion in the game is what I do like. But still, lack of content, and basically, I'm going to be 100% honest. I feel like this is a lack. I feel like this is an unfinished game. I believe if 2K, I think it was who developed this game, if they literally waited, I don't know, 6 to 8 more months to fully develop the game, they would have had great success with this game, and this game would have actually sold a lot and done very well in the marketplace, because it really is a good game. It's a lack of content. That's what it is. It's an unfinished game, and that's what a lot of developing studios with games have been doing recently in the last 2 years or so, is they give you games that are unfinished, it seems like. And that's just the honest truth, and that's what this game is. It's an unfinished game. It's a great game, but it's unfinished. But anywho, if you like the video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe. I am the Mint, and this is my honest review, because I don't get paid like some of the other bigger guys, I guess. I don't know. Peace.
Lincoln Clay's still alive.
Fuck.